Just imagine it's the night of May 23rd, 2019. The entire nation is glued to television screens. News anchors are shouting, graphics are flying, seat counts are changing every 30 seconds. And in a little studio somewhere, a calm, sharp eyed person is sitting with a massive spreadsheet open on three screens, a cup of chai in hand, and a quiet smile on their face. Everyone else is surprised, but this person, not at all, because they had already seen this coming weeks before the votes were even counted. Hello, friends. You're listening to the Kapeel Gupta Career PodShow, India's most trusted career guidance podcast for students and young professionals. And I'm your host, Kapeel Gupta. And today we are going to talk about one of the most fascinating, most underrated, and honestly, one of the coolest career options that a very few people in India even know exists. We are talking about the career of a psephologist. Yes, you heard that right. Psephologist. Say it slowly. Psephologist. Sounds fancy? Right. Sounds international. Oh, it's both. And the best part, if you love politics, data, human behavior, elections, statistics, and storytelling, this career is literally made for you. Today's episode is for every young person who watches election results and thinks, I want to be that person on TV who explains what just happened. Or maybe you love numbers, maybe you love reading about why people vote the way they do, or maybe you're just confused about your career and want to find something truly unique and impactful. Then stay with me for the next few minutes because by the end of this episode, you'll see yourself in a whole new career, the career of a psephologist. Hi, I'm Kapeel Gupta, career coach, life mentor, and founder of Study Abroad Academy. I empower students, parents, and conscious professionals to design a fulfilling life and career by aligning their minds, values, and aspirations. And I do it with coaching, mindset work, and the game changing power of graphotherapy because students deserve more than just guidance, they deserve transformation. So now let's talk real. Let us talk scope because I know what's going on in your mind right now. Kapil bhai, this is okay, but where will I actually get a job? Is this a stable career? Can I build a life from this? And the answer is a big, fat, confident yes. And let me tell you why. Let us start with India first because that is where most of you listening to me are from. India is the world's largest democracy. We have over 900 million registered voters. We have elections happening somewhere in India almost every single year. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, state assembly elections, panchayat elections, municipal elections. Every single one of these elections create a massive demand for people who understand electoral data, voter behavior, and political trends. And think about 2024, the biggest democratic exercise in human history. Over 640 million people voted. And now imagine the amount of data that was generated. Imagine the number of surveys, the exit polls, the seat projections, the swing analysis, the demographic breakdowns, all of that work. Now, that is the work of a psephologist. And guess what? News channels, political parties, government bodies, research organizations, they were all desperately looking for people who could make sense of that data. In India, the scope for Psephology span across several powerful domains. Major television news channels like NDTV, India TV, ABP News, India Today, Republic TV, Aaj Tak, they all have dedicated electoral analysis teams. Research organizations like CSDS, that is Center for Study of Developing Societies in Delhi, are specifically built around psephological research. Political parties from across the spectrum hire electoral strategists and data analysts to study voter behavior in their constituencies. Think tanks like Observer Research Foundation, Center for Policy Research, and many others regularly publish electoral studies and need trained psephologists for that work. And here is something most people do not realize. The Election Commission of India itself, state election commissions, public policy institutions, and academic universities all hire people with psephological expertise. So the opportunities are not just in media, they're in government, academia, private research, political consultancy, and even international development organizations. So now let us zoom out and look at the global picture because psephology is a worldwide career. In the United States, organizations like Gallup, Pew Research Center, 538, and the American National Election Studies run entire empires on electoral research. Political consulting firms in Washington, D.C. earn billions of dollars advising candidates and parties based on voter data. In the United Kingdom, the British Election Study is one of the most respected electoral research projects in the world. The BBC and the Sky News have full-time psephologists on their payroll. Australia, Canada, Germany, France, every major democracy in the world needs election experts. And here is the global opportunity for Indian students because you come from the world's largest democracy. You have something no one else has. You have experience with scale. You understand multilingual voter behavior. You understand caste dynamics, regional politics, coalition governments. And these are unique selling points that make Indian psephologists extremely valuable internationally. International organizations like the United Nations Development Programme run election support missions in over 60 countries. The International IDEA, which is the International Institute for Democracy and Electoral Assistance based in Stockholm, Sweden, works globally on electoral integrity. These organizations specifically look for election experts from diverse democratic backgrounds, and an Indian psephologist with solid training can absolutely land a role with them. So let me paint you a picture of what a typical day, or should I say, a typical week, looks like for a psephologist in India. Because this is not a 9 to 5 desk job, my friends. This is a dynamic, exciting, sometimes exhausting, but always meaningful career. Imagine it is 3 months before the major state election. You're working for a leading electoral research organization. Your morning starts with a team meeting where you review the survey data that came in from 500 constituencies overnight. Your field team, a network of surveyors spread across the state, has been interviewing voters in villages, towns, and cities, asking them about their political preferences, their concerns, their opinions on the sitting government. And you're sitting with a laptop, coffee in hand, and you're literally reading the moods of millions of people. Then you move to data analysis. You're running regression models, calculating margins of errors, cross-tabulating data by age, gender, caste, religion, income level, and geography. You're comparing this data to the results from the previous election. You're spotting patterns. Which way is the wind blowing? Which party has gained ground? Which candidate is losing support? And this is the detective work of democracy. In the afternoon, you might be on a call with a journalist from a national newspaper who wants to understand a specific trend you spotted. Or you might be presenting your findings to a political party's strategy team, advising them on which constituencies need more campaign focus. Or you could be writing a detailed research paper for an academic journal about the relationship between economic distress and voting patterns in rural India. During election season, the work gets intense. Psephologists often set up war rooms, large rooms filled with screens showing live data, analysts typing furiously, phones ringing. Exit poll data comes in during the day of voting. You're processing thousands of data points in real time, building predictive models, preparing your analysis for a television broadcast at 6 p.m. when the exit polls will be revealed to the nation. And here is my favorite part of the job. The moment the actual results start coming in and your prediction matches what is happening, there is no feeling like it in the world. You've essentially read the mind of an entire state. You've processed the collective decision of millions of people and translated into numbers. And that is not just a job, that is a superpower. A psephologist's work environment is also very varied. You could be sitting in an air-conditioned research institute in Delhi. You could be out in the field in rural Uttar Pradesh, supervising survey teams and understanding ground realities firsthand. You could be in a television studio in Mumbai, live on air, explaining to millions of viewers why a particular party swept the state. You could be in conference in Geneva, presenting your research on electoral integrity in South Asia. The variety is extraordinary. And now, this is the section that most of you have been waiting for. Kapil Bhai, how do I actually get here? What do I study? What skills do I need? Can I do this after 12th? Let me answer all of this step by step in a way that you can actually use. First, let us talk about the educational path. Psephology sits at the intersection of several disciplines, and the good news is that you can enter this field from multiple academic backgrounds. The most natural starting point is a bachelor's degree in political science, sociology, economics, statistics, or public policy. If you're in class 11th or 12th right now and you're drawn to this career, choose a stream that gives you access to at least one of these subjects at the undergrad level. After your bachelor's, the ideal next step is a master's degree. And here is where things get interesting. In India, you can pursue an MA in political science with a specialization in electoral politics or research methodology. Alternatively, an MA or MSc in sociology or an MSc in applied statistics are excellent paths. More recently, programs in public policy, data science, and social research methods are becoming extremely relevant for aspiring psephologists. And after your master's, if you want to go deeper, and many do, a PhD is the path to becoming a senior researcher or academic psephologist. And now the skills. Let me break this down into two buckets: hard skills and soft skills. On the hard skill side, statistical analysis is non-negotiable. You need to understand concepts like sampling methodology, regression analysis, confidence intervals, and statistical significance. Tools like SPSS, R, Python, and Excel are your best friends. Survey design and research methodology are core competencies. You need to know how to design a valid, unbiased survey and how to collect data that actually represents the population you are studying. Geographic information systems, GIS, are increasingly important because electoral data has a strong geographic dimension. Mapping vote shares across constituencies, understanding geographic voting patterns, this is where GIS skills come in. Data visualization is a skill that will set you apart from the crowd. You need to tell the story of your data visually: charts, graphs, maps, interactive dashboards. Tools like Tableau, Power BI, and even advanced Excel can help you here. And of course, deep knowledge of political science, Indian history, constitutional law, and electoral rules is essential foundational knowledge. And on the soft skill side, and I want to emphasize this because it's often underrated, your ability to communicate complex ideas in simple language is perhaps your most valuable asset. A psephologist who can explain the political significance of a 3% swing in a key constituency to a general television audience is worth gold. critical thinking, intellectual curiosity, and the ability to work under pressure during election season are all essential. And here is one skill that surprises people: storytelling. The best psephologists in the world are brilliant storytellers. They take cold data and turn it into narrative that millions of people can understand and connect with. So in India, the following universities are among the best for building a foundation in psephology and related disciplines. Jawaharlal Nehru University, JNU, New Delhi, offers exceptional programs in political science and international studies. Delhi School of Economics, the University of Delhi, is renowned for its statistics and economics program. Hyderabad Central University and University of Hyderabad are excellent for social sciences research. Tata Institute of Social Sciences, TISS, that is TISS, in Mumbai offers programs in social work, policy, and development studies that are highly relevant. The Indian Statistical Institute in Delhi and Kolkata offers world-class training in statistics and research methodology. The Indian Institute of Technology campuses in Delhi and Bombay offer data science and social science interdisciplinary programs. Center for the Study of Developing Societies, that is CSDS, in Delhi is not a teaching institution, but offers internship and fellowship opportunities that are extraordinary for aspiring psephologists. Internationally, the London School of Economics and Political Science, LSE, in the UK is perhaps the single most prestigious institution for electoral research and political sociology. The University of Oxford's Department of Politics and International Relations has produced some of the world's leading psephologists. In the United States, Columbia University, Harvard Kennedy School, University of Michigan, which houses the famous American National Election Studies, and MIT's Political Science Department are all excellent destinations. In Australia, Australian National University in Canberra is internationally recognized for its election studies program. So, okay, real talk time. I know this is the question everyone has been building up to. Kapil bhai, how much money can I earn? And I'm going to give you honest, realistic numbers based on what is currently happening in the industry. In India, the salary of a psephologist depends heavily on the sector you are in and your level of experience. So let us walk through it. At the entry level, meaning you're a fresh graduate or someone with a year or two of experience, you can expect to earn between 3 to 6 lakhs per annum working with research organizations, think tanks, or as a junior analyst with a media organization. Now, this might not sound spectacular, but remember, this is just the beginning and the growth curve is steep. At the mid-level, that is 3 to 7 years of experience, salaries typically range from 8 to 18 lakhs per annum. At this stage, you might be working as a senior research analyst, an electoral consultant, or a data journalism lead. And if you're working with a political party strategy team during a major election campaign, you could be earning significantly more through project-based compensation. At the senior level, with 10 or more years of experience, a strong publication record, and a recognized name in the field, top psephologists in India can earn anywhere between 25 to 60 lakhs per annum or more. The most prominent names in Indian psephology who appear regularly on major television channels have built personal brands that generate income through consultancy, speaking engagements, book deals, and media contracts that go well beyond their base salary. For academics and university professors specializing in electoral research, salary scales follow the University Grants Commission, yes, UGC pay structure in India, which ranges from approximately 6 to 15 lakhs per annum for assistant professors, going up significantly for senior professors at premier institutions. The advantage here is job stability, academic freedom, and the opportunity to publish research that shapes public discourse. Now, let us look at international salaries. In the United States, electoral research analysts and political data scientists at organizations like Gallup or Pew Research Center typically earn between 60,000 to 110,000 US dollars annually. That is roughly 50 to 90 lakhs in Indian rupees. Senior electoral consultants working for major political campaigns can earn significantly more. In UK, electoral researchers at think tanks or university positions earn between 35,000 to 65,000 pounds annually. In Australia and Canada, comparable positions offer 70,000 to 100,000 Australian or Canadian dollars per year. And for those working with international organizations like the United Nations, International IDEA, or the Carter Center on Election Monitoring and Support Missions, salaries are typically on UN pay scales, which for mid-level positions range from 60,000 to 120,000 US dollars annually, often with additional allowances for hardship postings and international travel. So, my friends, let us do a quick recap of everything we explored today. Psephology is the scientific study of elections: who votes, why they vote, how they vote, and what the numbers really mean. It's a career that combines political science, statistics, sociology, data analysis, and storytelling into one powerful package. In India, a country that conducts the world's largest elections, the demand for trained psephologists is only going to grow. With 5 to 7 major state elections every year, a Lok Sabha election every 5 years, and the increasing importance of data in political decision making, there has never been a better time to enter this field. Internationally, democracies around the world are grappling with questions about voter behavior, electoral integrity, political polarization, and trained psephologists are in demand more than ever. And if you are the kind of person who lights up when election results come in and who asks questions like, but why did people vote that way? If you love data but also love the human story behind the data, if you want a career where your work genuinely shapes public discourse and democracy itself, then psephology might just be your calling. The path is clear. Start with a strong foundation in political science, sociology, build your data skills, Python, R, Excel, and GIS. Read voraciously about Indian and global elections. Start creating content. Write, analyze, publish, speak. Network with researchers and organizations in the field, and most importantly, believe that your generation has the tools, the passion, and the purpose to take this career to extraordinary heights. And as I always say on the show, no career is small if you approach it with passion and preparation. And psephology, it's one of those rare careers where you are literally reading the soul of a democracy. How beautiful is that? So, friends, if today's episode made you think, yes, this is the kind of career I want to explore, then I want to personally speak with you. At the Kapeel Gupta Career Counseling Program, I help students just like you discover their unique strengths, explore careers that match their personality and passion, and build a step-by-step roadmap to their dream career. Whether it's psephology, public policy, data science, journalism, or any other career you are curious about, I'm here to guide you. So connect with me for a personalized career counseling. So don't just dream about your future, design it. So book your free 30-minute career discovery session today, and let's map out your path to success together.